schedule.
Oh, God. So, Shroud of the Avatar is a free-to-play online game with over 400 scenes to explore. Follow us here on Twitch, Facebook at Shroud of the Avatar, Twitter at Shroud of Avatar, or via the RSS on our website, shroudoftheavatar.com. We have forums in there as well, and all sorts of social stuff. We have at least one live stream a month providing updates on game development, as well as upcoming events and sales. Today is a special live stream. We will have at least 6 prize-winning giveaways.
Woohoo!
To enter, type the phrase "Happy Birthday Darkstarr" into any in-game chat, including whispers. Players can enter the phrase in-game anytime prior to or during the live stream, up to when the drawings are drawn to enter. We'll be adding a round of prize drawings for each hype train level completed by the folks watching the stream in Twitch. So hype it up, guys. Get more prizes. And
You know, I've never really known what are the actual rules of hype train? Do you have to like double each base nub to get to the next level of hype train, or how does that work?
Yeah, that's a good question. The only rules that I know are how often we allow a hype train, and we have ours set to the absolute minimum Twitch will allow, which is, I believe, 1 hour. So basically, if they do a bunch of hype trains and keep hyping, which I think is doing cheers or bits, something along those lines, right? I think it's cheers.
Hype train is already close. 2 more people need to subscribe or gift or use bits.
There you go. So, and if you keep doing that without, there's a period of time that if nothing happens, then the hype train shuts down. And if it goes all the way up, the top level is level 5. So you complete 5 levels. We add 5 more drawings to the stream for that hour. And then at the top of the next hour, assuming that we keep going, then you could do another hype train at that point.
Pause a moment. As Modi Mool says, can still barely hear Ravalox. Is everyone else having problems hearing Ravalox?
No, I can hear him.
I can hear him great on my end.
You're a tiny bit quieter than others, Stephen, but
okay,
seems pretty good.
Yeah, it seems like your volume is lower than ours.
Oh, great.
Weird.
That's lovely. Yeah, actually, I see it on the bar. It's set to max. But, well, I can turn up my gain a little bit, I suppose, on the mic. I mean,
You need to speak from the diaphragm.
Yeah, there you go.
Project like you're on stage.
And here we are, WKRP in Cincinnati. We are live and ready to go. So you see, it's not. It's still not loud. It's barely hitting the yellow. So I have no idea. I was right on top of the mic.
Okay. You're low, but you are audible, so
yeah,
it'll just have to suffice.
Sorry. Okay.
We'll make up for it. We'll just
there you
be
go.
really loud, so people will be listening very attentively while you're talking, and then we'll blow their eardrums.
Yeah, you guys will just have to repeat everything I say. That's all.
Okay, we'll just repeat everything you say. That's all.
We'll just repeat everything you say. That's all.
You just like Galaxy Quest.
Like Galaxy.
Okay, so that's the preamble. So now we go down for introductions, and we will. Well, I'll start with myself this time around. I am Ravalox, otherwise known as Stephen Reinen, and I am the current showrunner of the game, and do various dev stuff and operations and community management stuff, and geez, it's a team effort, tell you the truth. So that's all I have to say. I am going to head over to Castle Atos while we do the rest of the introductions, and I just want to inject one more thing, that everybody should go to Castle Atos if you're within the sound of my voice, my very low voice, to to take part in the buff that's out there. So the more players we have in Castle Atos, the higher the buff level, and I believe everybody wants to get it up to max today. So with that said, Starr, I'll hand it to you to go ahead and introduce yourself, please.
Well, hello everyone.
Birthday boy. Sorry.
Oh, it is.
Yay!
Right. So Ravalox just asked everyone to go to Castle Atos because apparently there is some kind of buff going on that we want to max out. So in case you couldn't hear Ravalox, go to Castle Atos. And then he introduced me. So hello everyone. I'm Darkstarr, also known by my real name, Starr Long, and Richard and I and the rest of this motley gang have been making games for a very long time, and now we're older and wiser, right, Richard? And which
one of those things is true.
Yeah, which I think one of our attendees today, Key Man of Soar, said we'll still keep doing dumb stuff. And speaking of that, Richard, my daughter was talking about, like making videos and posting them. And I'm like, oh yeah, there's a really good video of me on YouTube opening a beer with a rocket. And
That's true.
She's like, what are you talking about? And so I showed her that YouTube video of us opening the beer with a rocket, which I posted there in the chat. So if you want to be highly entertained of people doing very stupid things, that is, we tied a string to a model rocket, and then one end to the model rocket and the other end to a beer, which I held in my hand, and opened the beer with the model rocket.
And before you go, it was really stupid, but it was really stupid. It wasn't quite as stupid as it could have been because you did have a protective glove on and you had protective eye goggles on.
That's right. Yes, I had.
Yeah, it wasn't totally stupid.
I had a welding glove. I had a welding glove on in case like the can like spontaneously shredded in my hand, and I had like safety goggles on. So we weren't being totally stupid, right? Yeah, we just partially stupid. So yeah, so that's me. I'm Starr Long, aka Darkstarr, and this was my birthday, and I'm now 54 years old. So I do the kick. I'm 50. Oh, I can't get my leg in the camera.
Oh,
oh wait, I did. I got the very edge of it. Yeah.
Yeah, we saw it.
Not loud
Did
enough.
it do it?
No.
No.
Oh, it silenced me. Look at that. It made it to where it wouldn't do it.
What? Why is it silent? Oh,
yeah, why is it doing
It's
that?
noise canceling. It's refusing to let it happen.
Oh.
It hates the noise I'm
This is
making.
the forbidden sound. It will summon the turkeys.
And it will. They will come.
Oh my God. We have oh my God.
These rabbits can climb over walls and stuff here too.
Yeah.
They're spreading out. Rabbits and squirrels are taking over, I'm telling you.
Is it happening inside of Castle Atos?
Yeah, I summoned a bunch of squirrels and rabbits in Castle Atos right now, which is a hint that other chaotic things may be summoned
I
in.
want to see it.
So
I see people asking in stream where Atos is, and I'm not sure whether they're asking about the person or the castle. So you probably should give directions to the castle.
Oh, okay, yeah. Castle Atos is.
So if you know where Sultan is, or if you even know where Salisbury outskirts is, it's in that general vicinity. So there's a long road that travels down from Sultan, down from Salisbury outskirts, past Sultan, and then eventually on to Arteris. But just before you get to that sort of Sultan area, it'll be on the west side of the road. It looks like like a normal town that you can get to. Once you go inside, the town is split. The Castle Atos town is split to like the front half and back half. The front half is like where the villagers and utilities are. and the back half is a big open courtyard where the castle itself is, and you'll see a ton of people in there if you didn't actually still get this in with us. So,
Is it
general
time for
starting
prizes
point
yet?
is sold.
What was that?
Steven, how's that the prizes? Or did Steven, wait, did he introduce himself?
Yeah, I kind of
Yes.
did in the
He did
beginning.
introduce himself.
Yeah, and then he handed
I
off.
think,
to me.
and by
that's
the
right.
way, I just want to say on the voice chat here too. I've been saying it in the game, but I'd still have people like Beldum Crony. Thank you very much for doing a /friend Lord British, because we are now friends, as about a dozen people so far here on the stream are. I love having everybody on my my friends list, because that way when I pop in, I get a chance to join people and adventure with folks in the game. Even though I don't get in that often, it is there we go. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Olivia. Thank you, Thorin, and the others that I already friended earlier.
Just something nice and goth and grim and basic. But then, of course, the added luxury of the inner red velvet lining, the coffin lining kind of callback to what you should expect to find if you opened up Bela Lugosi's coffin. So I really wanted something fun, elegant, and classy, and I wanted to do it without really messing with the original design or animation. I mean, because honestly, the original design, the way it was built, the animation, all that stuff, I thought was great. But I just wanted to up it a notch with some new texture families and a new look that might, and of course, a new message inspired by the Starr's birthday and Darkstarr's birthday, with of course not just showing that as a tribute, but also the in-game year that it was created. So
Yes.
there you have it.
I couldn't possibly say Darkstarr tribute there on the top. I'm just saying.
I know it couldn't possibly say that at all. It absolutely does. And again, happy birthday, Darkstarr.
Thank you, and nice reference to Bela Lugosi's dead. Because definitely danced and sang that quite a few times.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's an awesome song. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's we have prizings we have to read off, and then we have more prizings to do. So folks, we're going to read off the prizes now for the first round, but we owe you guys at least 3 more for the when we get to the top of the hour, which is actually in about 6 minutes.
Get to it.
Unless, of course, the Lord of Chaos deems it necessary that we throw out more of them. So here we go. First thing is, who has access to Mattermost and can help read off the prizes?
I can help. So what do you want me to read?
Okay, so do you want the hard part or the easy part?
I don't mind reading the names of the folks.
Oh,
and I
okay.
don't mind, so what would you? So would you like to name out the prize, and then I'll name out the 5 people that are from these lists?
Sure. Yep. And you know how to do that. So we're gonna do the prize, and then you'll read off all 5 of the players.
I already see someone I think is a huge cheater.
Uh-oh.
Is that the first name?
No, the last set.
Oh, okay.
Well, we'll have to leave it to him to appoint who gets that
thing. Third set as well.
Oh,
wow.
God. All right, so here we go. All right.
We're still looking at the Darkstarr metronome.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, they
Amazing,
could.
isn't it?
Yeah, we can memorize them for a while. But yeah, I'll switch back over.
Okay. That's the old Darkstarr metronome on these lists, right?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. They didn't know that yet. Shh. All right, let me get that off. And all right, so go back to our camera at the moment. Okay, so the first prize is a 2024 Total Eclipse cloak, which I probably should be wearing in here to show that off too. But life sucks.
Shall I read the winners?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
The winners are Lazarus Long, Nemesis Darkwood, Aurelius Silverson, Vira Ondarian, and Kyron Steorwolf.
Okay, the next one is a 2-handed Darkstarr sword. These are actually pretty cool things. Go ahead.
Oh, awesome. The winners of that are Adris Elilim, Arthur de Thartas, Nefer Lehermite, Famins, and Jock Sparrow.
Jock Sparrow.
Jock. Not Jack Sparrow. Jock Sparrow.
Jock Sparrow.
So not to infringe on Disney.
No.
Never heard of Disney. What's that? From the outskirts, completing the outskirts. Then you get a village lot for completing the main storyline. So in his video, he had said that you know have to pay for housing and things along those lines. So there's definitely some.
I think he had a mix of like he was familiar with the game in the very early days. Maybe
yeah.
I forget. But so he was trying to recall some stuff, and he remembered that people paid for houses with real money as part of pledges and such. But he was sort of mixing up what the real current situation was versus his like old impression of it.
Right, and that's the thing is that the big part to note here is that the game has evolved. And you know, obviously not disparaging the original creators and developers of the game, but we've gone through basically 2 phases, and we're entering into a 3rd phase of development. So Portalarium was the original company, you know, run by Darkstarr and Lord British. And a host of wonderful devs, and including Scottie and Sanyo, who worked on creating the game. And I've been in the, you know, a bunch of us, a lot of the players were down in the office when that was going on, and it was hectic. I mean, it was, you know, bang, 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 getting things done, throwing out a huge game where you could go into the world and be or do anything you want. You know, this game covers so many different aspects. The you know, crafting and venturing, PvP, PvE. So there's a lot of complexity in the game, and of course it's a Lord British game, so which means that you have the ability to go out there and figure it all out, and talk to all the NPCs and get quests, and you know, not everything's handed to you. So it's there's a lot of aspects of that. Then from there it went on to Catnip Games, and you know, which is the 2nd phase, where Atos, Chris, took over and continued the development of the game. And now I'm basically taking over that role of driving the game forward, and we're moving into a 3rd phase of things where we're reorganizing, and hopefully folks have noticed that we've been cleaning up bugs, we're balancing the game, we're adding more content, and of course we are still working on completing episode 2 and moving on to episode 3, and so forth, so on. So lots to talk about there. But the point is, the game has evolved, and it still continues to evolve. So there's lots to see in this game, plenty of hours. I mean, I know that in the past we always talked about games, and when I say we, mean players, about like, oh, there's 20 hours of playtime in this game, or, you know, 40 or 80 or whatever. This game, I don't even know. What would you guys say, about 1,000 hours or more? I mean, there's so much to go see and explore in this game. It's just unbelievable. It's just a matter of searching through and finding it all.
Yeah, it is a true sandbox game. So really, the amount of hours you spend in is going to be up to you. We do have the main storyline. I'm not really sure what we consider the normal playthrough of that. Maybe it's like a 20 to 30 hour kind of a thing. If you also do like all the side quests and be completionist. But you know, we have the main continent, Novia, which is pretty big and a lot of side stuff, and we also have the Hidden Vale and its own quests and stuff, which was sort of something to hold players over while we were getting Novia ready. And then we have like the episode 2 area, Mistrender, and that is 3 main islands and all the activities you can do on those islands. Like I went on.
Yeah, and that's just the playthrough. I mean, in other words, like that doesn't even count the fact that so many folks use that as a launching point opportunity for them to just go in and kind of enjoy the sandbox atmosphere of it, and you know, play with your own housing, and you know, meet up with and do stuff with folks that aren't necessarily the storyline or sub storyline adventures. And so, yeah, I mean, I know a lot of folks that have spent thousands of hours in the game and haven't even necessarily taken the chance to go through all the dungeons yet and experience all the content that's inside of there, that you know, that is pretty amazing from a standpoint of just gameplay itself. So, yeah.
One of the things that the Lazy Peon video that he did in there, which you don't really see called out a lot. It's not really a main bullet point.
Oh, have you never read the book?
I never read the book either, just the play.
Yeah, if you saw the play, you saw the giant dragon up above. That's meant to be the time dragon, referring to the clock of the time dragon, and it refers to it only barely. But yeah, in the actual book, you learn a lot more about what the clock of the time dragon represents. It's a huge mystery cult that exists. It's meant to be sort of like very similar to like the cult of Dionysus or the Eleusinian mystery cult of ancient Greece that all of the philosophers were a part of, all the Greco-Roman philosophers and all the emperors all the way up to Constantine. So yeah, pretty cool, weird stuff. And Wicked is, you know, the books are just so much more intense.
So this dragon actually holds up reasonably well at this really large size.
It's so enormous. How did it get so big in here?
That's their default size.
Yep.
Oh, really?
This is the monster that Steven summoned. So it's not a pet or anything, if that's what they do.
It's just hanging out, though. It's not doing anything.
Oh, it's dead.
Dead. They killed it in seconds.
Oh, they killed it that quick? Good Lord.
Yeah.
My God.
Well, when you have, like, I don't know what it is, 128 people all attack.
All battering it simultaneously.
Yeah, we maxed out the scene during the stream. So.
Oh, my God. Which only makes me think of it. It always makes anything like this always reminds me, especially with Lord British and Darkstarr are both here at the same time. It just reminds me of the most ancient weirdness that happened in UO when, right in the middle of a thing, someone summoned.